Welcome to the Awesome. I'm Big Roy, and this is the adventures of Big Fatty Rhino. This time he's coming through and running through tiers 5, 6, and 7 of the Shuri event. Now, in the tier 5 parts, I recorded it way back when, actually the last time the event was here, and just now getting around to the video, and then I did 6 and 7 this time. When I recorded tier 5, my Big Fatty Rhino was at 5 reds and 5 yellows, and then I think Spider-Man's brought up, Venom's kind of high, and then the other two are quite low, so you don't even need them. So if you have like 2 or 3 guys high enough, you will have no problem. You don't have to spend the resources. I could have even used my Miles, but I tried to use as low as possible team to see if we could get it done with just Rhino and Spider-Man, and then Venom's decently leveled as well. And it's pretty easy. Now, if you do have a lower team, you still want to use Rhino if you can. He is one of the easiest farms along with Spider-Man. And if you are running Rhino when he's lower, you'll want to leave those Hawkeyes for the last, because they have the blind, and if it hits him, then he's going to clear it and instantly get a turn. So it's very nice. Now what ends up happening, my Rhino is too high with too high resistance, so he actually resists the blind. The blind has to land for him to proc his passive, which is kind of crap if you think about it, but you know, that's how it goes. Alright, so we're just like blowing through everything. It's way too easy. But yeah, your priority targets are going to be War Machine, because he can do quite a bit of damage. Blow through Iron Man. Leave those Hawkeyes up if you can. You can leave at least one up, it looks like, and then let him try to do his blind, and then your Rhino will make him pay for it. After that, usually priority target's going to be Black Panther and or Shuri. You want to get them down quickly. But yeah, I can't give too much strategy on this one just because I'm so much higher up than it with my Rhino. But it's still fun to watch him smash through. And speaking of smashing through, bro, probably should wait to do that when they don't have defense up, but it's a face roll at this point. But yeah, especially in the later tiers, there's a whole lot of enemies. So you usually want to focus on the characters that have AoE. Then you can just focus on them. You don't have to worry about bringing up the whole team. And it's really going to be best if you're newer and don't have as many characters. In the long run, it'll be best just to get the 5 Sinister 6 guys, because you can also use them for the Invisible Woman event, so you can get a 2-for-1. And yeah, we just smashed through this. Everyone's almost at full health, even the Carnage and the Green Goblin, so that was way too easy. And it doesn't get too much harder in tier 6 and even 7. Alright, there we go. I unlocked her. On to tier 6. And I actually left her down at 1, but now my Strike Force Massive Launch podcast co-host Chewburger came up with an awesome Ultima 7 raid team called Tech Wing. You may have heard of it. It's the hottest thing right now. But she features as a prominent part of that. So she's very good. I brought her up and it's doing well. Alright, so in this one, we've just got a low shocker Green Goblin I haven't touched since way back when either. So we just got those main 3 going. And we aren't going to have much of a problem. So they get a whole turn off. Our main target is going to be Minerva. We do not want her using any of her abilities if possible. But as you can see, huge clumps of enemies here. So we're going to switch to him and use that. He can bounce around like a pinball. Take some of them out. So actually, Shocker, when he's higher, will be better for these big clumps of enemies. Vulture also would be very good. And of course, Big Fatty Rhino himself, because he can hit a lot of them in a small space. And he clears them out. And then Green Goblin, eventually when he has that, also can do some damage. Still want to get Minerva down as fast as possible. Even though she does have the most health, you do want to try to take her out. Because you don't want her doing her ult, you don't want her doing her special. Alright, another big clump, and they all have all these buffs. So definitely AoE is the way to go. Those are the characters you want to focus on for this. Single target, not so much. So Venom doesn't have an AoE, but he can spread debuff, so that can also be very good. And you will want to protect your Shuri if your team is lower. So you just want to bounce taunts between Rhino and M'Baku. Now, I don't believe I did it here, but you do want to try to take out Ronan pretty quickly, because he's just feeding energy and heals. So you want to try to stop that. I think I went for Korath first, because he can also do some damage, because he's fast, and he can ruin your day. You might put a taunt on someone you don't want a taunt on. So I usually try to take him out quickly. Yes. So if you're lower, can't play as sloppy as me. But when you got a big fatty Rhino, you can get away with a lot. Man, I just left that Ronin for last, didn't I? But yeah, even though the Shuri they give you is pretty low, she's still very good, giving you that defense up and the heals here and there. So it's very nice. Alright, this fight's just about over, so I'm going to talk a little bit about how good Shuri is in a lot of different situations. Even if you don't bring up the whole Wakanda team to use with her, she's very good filling in as a hybrid in some places, in a lot of situations. She's a fast whole team defense up, the heals, so she's great in the really hard raids like Ultimate 7. You can sub her in on Alliance War offense into a team that needs a little more survivability. Good in Blitz on a lot of different teams, so very good investment bringing her up, even if you're not bringing up the rest of the Wakanda team. There we go, that is tier 6 down. Not much problem. On to tier 7. So we can finish her off. And it was very nice that I lucked out and got 4 red stars on her very recently. And I had 0 before that, so that definitely helped my decision to bring her up, and I'm not disappointed. She's very good. Wakanda forever. So yeah, this is a little harder. We didn't make any changes to the team. We did have to use Vulture because he was the only guy at 7, but he is a little baby Vulture. He's not going to contribute at all. He's only 2348. This is my very first run. When I tried it, I didn't want to put any more into him, so I wanted to see if I could get it done, and it worked out. The theme of this fight is lots and lots of pyros. You do get a Killmonger to help out, so that's nice, but definitely, yeah, you want a lot of AoE on this one, because you don't want to get stuck behind this Juggernaut, so you can hit those pyros. You don't want them going off. So it is nice he got the defense down, so we're going to try to take him out very quickly. We want to try to get him down before he can get his taunt up, but that might not be possible. But if we can get them low enough, get them down. We don't want to get stuck behind that taunt, which we are. And this is where the AoE comes in, so you can try to take them out. You can use Killmonger's AoE. So that helps. Alright, so we almost got Juggernaut down. We also don't want to be stuck behind Juggernaut because of that Magneto, but it's very nice to have Rhino. You definitely want him for that, so he can wipe that blind. Unfortunately, he didn't wipe everyone's blinds, which would have been nice. Because now Juggernaut gets to use his ult. Thankfully, it didn't hurt too bad. Now we're going to run through ourselves and show him how it's done with our big fatty Rhino. So Spider-Man is below half, so that's why we want to protect Shuri so she can keep everyone alive as much as possible and keep giving those defense up. I usually want to try to take out Mystique so they can't get the mind control off, but we weren't able to. We got another Juggernaut we have to fight through. So it actually looked a little dicey here, other than Big Fatty Rhino. He's still pretty much at full health. So that's nice. They don't make these super hard, so you don't have to max out your team, which is nice. But yeah, you definitely have to get that Magneto down ASAP when he pops down. And then Pyro's always going to be your next priority. Ooh yeah, see, it got really dicey here. Venom is a decent choice because he has the self-heal. That gives him a little extra survivability. But yeah, they can't get through Rhino at all. Especially if he has defense up. Raw! Just smashes through him. And then we're just cleaning up. It did like 2 damage. 15 damage. Mystique, you do nothing. You can do nothing to Big Fatty Rhino. Take out Pyro. Yeah, so if you don't have your very own Big Fatty Rhino, you might have to put more into your team. But you should still be able to get it done with probably 180k safely, 190k. Depending on your setup. But yeah, you'll want to try to prioritize the AoE characters over it. And best case will be to get your Sinister 6, because then you can do that Invisible Woman event also at the same time. 2 for 1, which is very nice. So there we go. We have finished the Shuri event. We'll take a quick look at the team and then wrap it up. I didn't put hardly anything into the Shocker and Vulture. We did max out Rhino as much as possible. He is 6 red stars, 7 yellow, and then even if you don't have that many red stars, still worth getting his ult and special for that extra damage. Definitely help you out. Spider-Man, I took him up a long time ago, 70 tier 12. He's still pretty squishy at that. So I probably wouldn't even bring him up that high. Just to go with the other ones, because he doesn't have the full AoE. Venom, we got him at tier 9, 70, 3 reds. Haven't touched him in a while, but he still got it through. And then Green Goblin, he's tier 6, level 34. Didn't really do much. He died pretty quickly, but he'd be a good choice to bring up if you need the power on your team. Like him, Vulture, Shocker maybe, because they're all clumped together, so Shocker's special would be, not special, his ultimate. That would be very good. Mysterio I haven't even looked at that much, but he might be pretty good if you have good red stars. So yeah, that's gonna do it. Thanks for watching. I finally set up the Big Roy Awesome Discord server. The link is gonna be down in the description. Make sure you join that. Come join the fun and stay up to date on all that's happening in the Awesomeverse, all the different projects I'm working on. I've also been playing a new mobile game called Dragon Champions. It's similar to this game, but it's more like a high fantasy setting. I've been having fun with it, so I'm going to do some content on it, a few videos. I definitely recommend it at this point. And until next time, stay tuned and stay awesome.